Welcome to the third video in the Learning C++ series. Today we're going to talk about Boolean expressions and how they relate to program flow with if and else statements. So let's start with the Boolean expressions. Suppose we have two variables, a and b, that have different values, 1 and 2. We can state some true or false statements about a and b by comparing them with mathematical comparison operators. Let's look at a few. If we want to test if a is equivalent to b, we use the equal operator, otherwise known as the equivalence operator. We can also say if a is not equal to b with the inequivalence operator, which is an exclamation point followed by an equal sign. Another way that we could write this is by using the negation operator with the equivalence operator. Negation is simply an exclamation point in front of a Boolean expression. It is also possible to test less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to, just like in mathematics. But how do we use these Boolean expressions? Well, we use the if statement. So that requires the if keyword followed by a Boolean expression in parentheses. So I'm saying if a is not equal to b, then execute the code that follows. The code is any code between these curly braces. Without the curly braces, it will only execute the next line of code, up to the next semicolon. So, if I build this code and run it, I expect to see a not equal to b printed to the console, and that is what happens. Now, I might want to run different code rather than no code if the expression is false. So, we have the else statement, which also executes the block following it. And as you can see, it prints out else. It is possible to chain if statements in else statements to create this common syntax, else if, which means it will only execute if that expression is true. So I would expect it to print nothing now. And indeed, nothing is printed to the console. In the next video, we'll be talking about arrays and how they can be used to store multiple values, and loops.